we have been prepping for the dog move.
Yeah, so we've kind of started to get to a point where we've narrowed down what we're doing.
Here are the two woofers themselves that have both been in the vets and had their injections.
Hello and welcome back to the channel. I am Sam.
I'm Mark.
And we are vlogging our experience of emigrating from the UK to the United States of America, very specifically Florida.
So yeah, we're documenting our EB1A visa process. So if you go back and look at, if you're new here, if you go back and look at all of our previous videos, you'll see that we've, within reason, documented quite a lot of it. We've gone into some finite details and some of the trials and tribulations you have to go through to get to the stage that we're currently at. And for those of you that don't know, our current stage is final interview.
We have been prepping for the dog move.
Yeah, that's been interesting. So yeah, again, anybody that's been following us for a period of time, you'll know that we've touched on pet travel options a couple of times. So we've kind of started to get to a point where we've narrowed down what we're doing and how we're going to do that. So we'll start from trying to get from the UK to the US. There's a few options available to you. You can travel with your pets in crates. There is a company that does that. They manage it all for you and they fly with BA, and I think there's another company that do it where your pet goes in a crate.
Yep.
They manage the whole process, so they basically come and pick the pet up from you. I don't know enough details from there, but essentially your pet gets put in a crate, shipped across the world. Typically you're on the plane with them, and then you get off the other end, pick them up off the other end, and off you go.
Yep.
That's not an option for us because our dogs are like extension of the family, and they're essentially just the other two children.
Yeah.
And they're quite anxious dogs, so 2 miniature Dachshunds, for anybody that doesn't already know.
Separation anxiety is a thing.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure they'd be fine, but there is other options that aren't financially stupid, where we don't have to crate them. So we've ruled out the crate inside.
Yep.
And
the other option is you can use the Cunard Cruise Line to do a transatlantic cruise from the UK to New York and put your dogs on the cruise ship, basically. That is another option. It does get booked up very, very, very quickly. People are on wait lists, extensive wait lists for any spaces that come up. But essentially with that one, your dog goes almost into like a kennels aboard the ship. You can go and visit them, but you're not allowed to take them really onto any of the main public areas, and they're certainly not allowed in your cabin with you. So they will spend the entirety of the transatlantic journey in the kennels aboard the ship. So again, that one was not one for us.
No. And it also takes about 7 days.
Yeah.
So it's a no-no. You can theoretically, I mean, the reason we're looking at doing the way we're doing it is because there is no airline that flies from the UK into the US. In fact, I don't think there's any that fly anywhere out of the UK that allow pets in the cabin, unless they're service animals or support pets, but they have to be properly registered and so on and so forth, as aren't. So we also looked at the option of trying to get into Europe.
Yes.
So travelling with the dogs to Europe. France is probably the closest place and the most convenient place to get to where you can fly with the dogs in the cabin. And that's an option. But it is equally as difficult to try and get your pets out of the UK to France. You can't fly with them. So you have to use other means of transport, which is trains. Again, that becomes a nightmare in itself, and it's horrendously expensive.
Yeah.
You can drive there, but obviously we're not planning on driving back. We're going one way. And one-way car hire in the UK isn't really a thing.
No.
So, or certainly not going into Europe anyway. So it all it was going to be very, very problematic. And then you add in on a lot of journey time and travel time with two dogs that don't like spending 20 minutes in the car. So we want to try and avoid any sort of crated experience or, whatever we could. So the option we're currently working on, or we currently have decided on, which we've booked with the view to the fact that we can cancel it, but we've booked, which is a semi-private or chartered flight with the dogs. So there's 2 companies that I'm aware of that do this from the UK to various places around the world, but US being one of them. There is Canine Jets and there is Bark Air.
Yeah.
They fly at various times of the year.
Vary in different places. Pricing varies depending on where you're flying to. But the benefit to it is basically you get a seat on a plane. There is only a maximum of 8 or 10 other people on that plane with you. But you can take the dogs with you in the cabin and they basically sit with you for the duration of the flight. Yeah, there's no need for them to be in like a pet carrier.
No.
They can just be out and about.
So you can travel one person with one dog up to the weight of 50 pounds.
Yeah.
If you have multiple dogs that have got a total weight over 50 pounds, you have to have 2 people, 3 people, however many dogs, pets and things you've got, so you can work that out for yourself. Both of our dogs are under 50 pounds, so I'm able to fly with both dogs on my own. So you're only having to book one seat. So that's what we've looked at doing. So they fly from Luton. So there's still travel to be done where we've got to get from where we are down to Luton Airport, which is about 2 hours away. So there's still some travel to be done here, but we've got family and friends that can navigate or help us navigate that. We fly from Luton and it flies into New Jersey, which is Teterboro Airport. And the cost for that, for one adult, 2 dogs, is $8,925, which is about £6,600.
Yeah.
So it might be a little bit more expensive than shipping dogs in crates. I have not done enough research in it, but only based on what we've done a little bit of digging on or we've heard other people say. It's typically between £2,000 and £3,000 a dog to ship them in crates. So by the time you stack that up twice, it's not too dissimilar. And I've got a seat myself. So it's not horrendous money. So that's the option we're currently using to try and get the dogs into the States. They're very, very good. They've been very helpful with a lot of the questions that I've asked.
Yeah, because we've been emailing. We emailed like both companies, didn't we?
Yeah. Just
to get a better understanding of how it all worked, and we found both of them equally responsive and helpful.
Yeah.
As we were querying it.
Things like reviews, they both seem to have similar reviews. They both had good reviews on the whole.
Speaking of the devil,
but
here's little Belly Boo Boo.
There's a certain time that I'm going to try and get back here to get the dogs to fly back with, and it just so happens that Canine Jets had the flight on the right date, so that was the reason for going for them.
But the issue that we found is that we've been hanging on, trying not to need to book anything until we were at a point where we had the 100% yes, we're going situation, but we noticed that the flight that Mark was talking about for ages had enough people on it that it was a confirmed flight and still plenty of availability. But when we were checking last week...
Yeah, we'd have gone from having 7 seats available on the plane to 3 or 4.
Yeah.
I was kind of like, we can't really leave it too much longer because sod's law, it's going to get fully booked. And then the next flight from thereafter, it's about 2 weeks later.
Yeah.
It's about 2 weeks after the date that we want to try and do it on. So there's the problem then of we're already leaving the dogs here with family for a period of time, having them look after them whilst we initially go over there and get started.
Yeah.
I don't really want it to be any longer.
Yeah, it's not fair.
It's not fair on the people here. It's not fair on the dogs either. So we sort of, it works well. The timing works well.
Yeah.
So I emailed them and said, look, this is the case. We're almost at the final hurdle. We're probably a week away from having everything approved and yes, we're definitely going, and then we've got a plan going forward. So the founder and CEO of K9 Jets, it was the guy I was talking to, and he said, look, because you're that close and there's still 6-7 weeks until the actual flight that you go, he agreed to allow us to book it, pay for it. But if it doesn't go ahead and we don't get the visa signed off at the final stage, then I'll get a full refund. It's not standard practice. No. Normally you would potentially get a credit, or you'll be able to move your flight around potentially if there's another extenuating circumstance as to why you can't travel, but refunds generally aren't a thing. So they've been very, very good, very understanding, appreciated where I was coming from, and I said, look, I've got plans to come back and get the dogs I need to be on that flight. And so yeah, it was
they were very, very helpful.
Very good. So I've got lots of appreciation for those guys. But I'll be documenting the whole process and recording all the bits and pieces, so I'll share more with you once we actually do that flight.
We're still awaiting an email from them to give us more details about the flight, so they'll be kind of like more about that as we get a little bit further down the line.
They send an email 6 weeks before the flight with basically all the information you need. So what do you need for the dogs? What sort of pet passport thing do you need? What vaccinations are they expected to have? What's expected of us? What time are we supposed to be there? Blah, 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 blah. So there'll be like a full itinerary of what's needed before I turn up with the dogs.
So we'll make sure that when we do the vlog, as Mark does that with them and flies with them, that we'll put all of that information in at the beginning, so you can kind of
we'll put it all into one video. So it's just one video. So that was that. But part of the conversation was, I'm flying into New Jersey, and he said, well, how are you getting from New Jersey? I was like, well, at the moment I'm planning on driving down. I've also looked at flying down. Now, the driving down is obviously it's not straightforward. It's a 18.5 hour drive. It's a fair old trek. But you can do it. And you can do one-way car hires. So you can, Sixt has been the car rental company that I found to be the most amenable to doing one-way car hires. It was something like $250, $300, I think it was, to hire a car for like 3 days. Drive it from New Jersey, or I think you have to pick it up at Newark Airport.
Yeah, so you would have needed to have got a taxi or something.
So you have to go to Newark, pick it up from there, and then you drive from there down to where Kissimmee downtown Disney area, it says on the listing. So Sixt were the best company, I'm certainly the most cost effective, and because it was one way, that was one of the few companies that I found that had like one way options.
Yeah.
So that's a useful information. And I said about the alternative of flying. So United Airlines fly out of New York, and they also allow pets in the cabin. It's something you have to pre-book, and I think it's $150 per pet, but you can only take one pet per person.
And they have to go in a carrier.
And they have to go in a carrier. And the carrier size on United Airlines is smaller than what other airlines offer, which is a potential option. So Sam's mom is going to look at flying into New York on the same day I do. And then we were going to look at getting on that flight the following morning. There's quite a lot of dog-friendly hotels in New York as well, which is good. So we were going to stay overnight with the dogs, get up in the morning, jump on a United Airlines flight and fly down. A couple of potential issues with that. United, certainly out of Newark, or basically any flights out of Newark, aren't very good at keeping to time, as we've established, as Katie and Jason also established not long ago, and it seems to be a trend. So I've been a little bit put off by that, because you're still going into a commercial airport, you've still got to go through all the usual security, your turn-up times and everything else is, and so
the dogs are going to be in the carriers for the entirety of that time. The dogs are going to be in the carriers for the entirety
of that time, and they can't come out. You can't take them out of the carriers. So it's kind of like, if it takes 2 hours, for argument's sake, to get through the airport, and then there's a 2 hour delay, that's an awful long time for them to be sitting in a bag that you can't take them out of. Apart from having to go for like toilet breaks or toilet breaks. And then you've still got the flight on top of that. So I just felt like it was potentially a bit of a risky thing. It's doable, and I'm sure they'd be fine. We're still there with them. I'm sure I can open the top up and stick my hand in and stroke and soothe them. But it's not the best option, I don't think. So whilst I was talking to the guy from K9 Jets about this, he said, well, you could also use an airline called JSX. Now, JSX also do like semi-private, private charter type flights. They operate under a different schedule to like commercial flights.
Right. Okay.
So they have scheduled flights, but they're almost run like a regional jet rather than a passenger jet. Sounds really obscure. I don't know enough about it, but they have scheduled flights and they fly all across the United States. And it just so happens that they allow pets on the plane.
Ah.
Now they fly, I think they're Embraer jets, E135, E145, so they're like 30-seater planes. And they do short hop type stuff. So they fly like from one side of Texas to the other.
Yeah.
Or they fly from north to south California and places like that. So it's something where it will take you a very long time to drive, but it's a 45-minute flight. So lots of people use them for that reason. But the big benefit to them is they don't use the commercial side of the airports that you go to. They have like almost like their own hangar, and they manage their own security and all their own passport control and everything in their own section. So the processing is a lot faster. You're not stood around waiting for too long. They obviously also have issues with delays and stuff, but looking back...
But they also fly out of the airport that you're flying into.
Yeah, so I fly into Teterboro, and they also fly out of Teterboro. So I haven't got to go very far. And it just so happens they've got a flight the following morning of when we fly in, so we're not going to be hanging around too long. Now, they don't fly into any major airports, so they don't fly into like MCO or Tampa or what's the other one? Sanford.
Yeah.
Or even Melbourne. But they do happen to fly into Miami. They fly into Fort Lauderdale, and they fly into
West Palm
Beach, which just so happens to be the closest one to where we're going to be.
Yeah.
Still about a 2.5 hour drive away, but it's the closest one. So that's what we're going to do.
That's the plan.
So the plan is, once we've got the final approval, because I can't change or cancel their flight, so I haven't booked those yet.
Yeah.
But once we've got the final approval, we're going to book those flights. You've still got to have one person per dog, so that's still going to happen. But they're far more spacious, there's a lot more space in them, so the dogs aren't going to feel like they're being shoved or cramped underneath the chair in front of you, because they've still got to be in a bag, a travel case, albeit slightly bigger capacities on there, for the entire duration of the flight. But at least then they're under a seat that's not too crowded. It just feels like a better option. Yeah. And then cost...
How long is the flight from New York down to...
2 hours and 45 minutes, I think.
Okay, so it's
not too bad.
Yeah.
It's a lot less than driving.
Yeah.
It's cost-wise, depending on what day you fly on, it's somewhere between $500 and $700 plus $100 for the dog. So it's actually not that bad. Obviously, it's not necessarily a long flight. I say not a long flight, it is.
Yeah. 3
hours is bottom end of Spain for us.
Yeah.
So it is a long flight in comparison to what we normally do. But yeah, I don't think it's bad money, especially the fact that you can take the dogs on in the cabin with you, and it's reasonably well spaced out.
Yeah.
So that's what we're currently planning on doing. That's going to fundamentally get our dogs from here down to where we're going to be.
Down to West Palm Beach,
and
then
then
you've got
and then I've got to drive from
car,
there.
haven't you, then?
Again, Sixt have got a rental place. I don't actually think it's in the airport. I think it's the other side of the road.
Okay, yeah.
So I've got to get over the road to get to them. I found it on Google Maps. But they do one-way car hires again, and it works out, I think, from memory, it was about $120, $130 with insurance and all that sort of stuff that you take out. So again, it's not stupid money. So I'd already booked a car to go from New York down to Florida, so I've just changed the booking. So now I'm going to just do the West Palm Beach up to Orlando, and hopefully that's all going to work out. But I'm going to document it all, so you'll get a first-hand video of when we're doing it. So that's been done. The dogs have been prepped this week.
Here are the two woofers themselves that have both been in the vets and had their injections. So rabies jab's done. 5 days before, within 5 days of travel, they have to come and have their little health check and fit to fly certificate done. So, step 1 done, girlies. Yes. Step 1 done. On your little journey to become Sunshine State sausages.
First rabies jab done.
Which was a nice price tag as well.
Yeah, it was. About £230 for the two
For
of
the
them.
2 of them, yeah. Stage 1.
They're very expensive, these dogs.
Yeah.
In fact, I have figured out that it's costing almost as much to move the dogs as it is to move us and almost all the furniture.
Do not give any more people more of a reason to turn around and say, you can get miniature Dachshunds in Florida, you know.
They're not going to be our Dachshunds, though, are they?
There wouldn't be. No.
Exactly. So they are coming with us. That's
that.
That's the plan.
But what we are having to do, so I have this week, because they are going to have to spend some time in the car, and they're not lovers of the car. Well, Roxy certainly isn't. Belle, depends on what mood she's in, to be honest. Yeah, I decided I needed to look at a kind of a bit of a car bed option, if you know what I mean, like a sort of, not a proper car seat, but more of a car bed.
Yeah.
So that we could try to make that journey both from where we are down to Luton, and then when Mark has to drive up from West Palm Beach, a little bit more comfortable for them. And to be fair, it could also work on the flights. Well, certainly on the K9 Jets flight.
Yeah.
Because it basically is like a bit like a donut bed. I will put a picture in of that now. So yeah, as you can see, it's a little bit like a fluffy donut. It's supposed to be like a calming sort of bed for them, and we got like the matching fluffy blanket to go with it, so that they like to burrow. It's a bit of a breed thing, but for a security thing, the pair of them like to burrow under blankets and stuff. So we bought the blanket so they can literally lie in their donut bed, throw a blanket over them, and hopefully it will make the whole travelling experience a little bit calmer.
We keep looking to the right, by the way, because Roxy's currently asleep in it.
She is.
She's decided that she likes that more than our actual bed, which is made of the same stuff. But yeah, she likes that, so she's now decided she's sleeping in it.
Yeah, so it works. Yeah, well, to be honest, there's a reason why. So, in the basis that I need to get them used to this bed, it arrived yesterday, so I got it out the packaging and thought, right, we need to put it out for them to kind of get used to it a little bit.
Also smells.
So it smells of them and all of that. I kind of waggled a treat over the bed. Roxy, in it, seconds. So in fact, I think it was milliseconds.
She's very food orientated.
She's very food orientated. So as soon as she got in it and sat down, I gave her a treat and was like, you know, good girl and all of that jazz. And yeah, very quick to cotton on. In that bed's a good place to be. It took Belle 3 hours.
If I get in, can I have treats?
No. So, yeah, 3 hours with Belle before she hopped into it of her own accord, realising she was going to get a treat. I could pick her up and put her in it and give her a treat, was what I did. But it did take 3 hours for her to hop in there herself. We have described them quite often as Pinky and the Brain, if anybody remembers that cartoon from years ago. Yeah.
Yes, she is very much the Pinky.
No.
Yeah, Belle is
Pinky.
Pinky.
Yeah. This is true.
Like us, really.
Oh, hello, Pinky.
I wondered how long it would take you to go. Who's Pinky?
So yeah, we've done that, and we're obviously going to have to get the pet carriers as well, and do a similar sort of process with them, so that they both get used to it. And then the next phase for me then, after getting them on there, is to then put the bed in the car, and then again get the bag of treats out and get them happy to get in the bed in the car without going anywhere first, and then slowly build up to taking them on a little drive. So my thought process was school run.
Taking them somewhere pleasant.
Yeah.
Because pretty much, maybe she associates, but basically the only time Roxy ever goes in the car is if you're going to the vets.
Yeah, but we have took her when we had an office. We took her to work with us.
Oh, and she's still a bit.
She's been for walks and stuff. She just hasn't liked the car. It's made her really anxious. But yeah, we've got to try and desensitise that a little bit. So that's the plan. I don't think it'll work 100% because we've not really got a lot of time to do it in. But if we can at least alleviate that a little bit, more for Mark's sanity, because she cries.
Well, we also said that obviously they pretty much sleep all day long, and if you take them for a walk, they're absolutely shattered because they've only got little legs. So what we've said is that when I come back to get them, I'm going to take them on like an hour and a half's walk.
Yeah.
Assuming the weather permits, but take them on like a good hour-long walk locally, just to try and tire them out. So when I shove them in the car to go to Luton, they're tired out and they just theoretically sleep for most of the journey. And then obviously on the plane, it's just
it's going to be what it is. And obviously we've got to deal with Dachshunds who, by nature, are a little bit reactive. So we're hoping, and we have spoken to canine jets about the fact that they are reactive, and it's something that they're quite used to in handling, and they have a process about the way that they load the plane to try to make it less stressful for dogs that are a little bit more on the reactive side. So again, Mark can kind of get into that a little bit more when it's actually happening, but it is something that we told them about, and it's not been a problem. It doesn't kind of like stop them from being able to travel with them. So we've got a bit of confidence in that. They are due another vaccine within the next 4 weeks, just generally, so they have to go and have those. And then the last requirement, as far as we're aware, for the travel is that they need to go and have like a fit to fly check and document done by the vets, and that's within 5 days of flying. So that's also what we'll have to do with them on that side.
we won't do that because we won't be here, but we've got family that's going to
a family will sort that for us. So we're kind of like, they're on their way to come in. Roxy,
it's not very bad about it, like, but
no, she's not happy at the moment, because I don't know if anybody else has noticed that the temperature has took a bit of a shift downwards, and
dramatically.
Yeah, and Roxy doesn't like the cold, so
she's definitely a Florida dog.
Yeah,
she's designed for sunshine.
She's looking forward to the sun for sure.
And Belle's just looking forward to chasing lizards.
Yeah, I've got no doubt we'll be picking dead lizards up all over the place.
Or a dead Belle when she bites the wrong one.
Yeah, quite possibly. So that is doggy update.
Doggy uppy date.
Yeah, doggy uppy date.
Doggy uppy date.
That's where we are with that. So that's kind of been a bit of a focus for this week.
Yes.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Other than that, we did say to you in last week's vlog that it was going to be garage and loft, and we were successful. High five, Mark. Yeah, both the garage and the loft were removed of all items that have been hoarded for years and haven't seen the light of day.
Yeah.
Since they were put in there.
I'm impressed with what we've done. Like, in fact, I've looked in the loft and gone, didn't realise it was this big.
Yeah.
It's gained a lot of space.
I mean, I did think it was going to take us 2 weekends. And so we'd kind of done last weekend, and I was thinking we'd need to do a bit of finishing up this weekend, but we did get it all done.
Yeah.
Over the weekend just gone, which means that kind of like we've got a free weekend this weekend.
I wouldn't say it's a free weekend. We've got football again Sunday. So, well, one of the things I am in the process of doing, and we'll probably have to update you next week because I haven't had anything back yet, is I'm talking to Pickfords again.
Oh yes.
For 2 things. So one, there's going to be less stuff coming now. And last time I spoke to the guy there, his name's Paul, he said that prices have started to come down
on shipping. So we need to find out if it's still got a downward trend or upward.
So we need to get a re-quote anyway.
Yeah,
it's probably 3-4 months ago when we did it.
I did record us, so we were talking obviously about doing the loft and the garage. I did kind of vlog a bit of that, and we'll just put a little bit of that in now for you to take a look at, and I can show you the end result, which, as Mark said earlier, we're very impressed with where we got to.
Hello, and a very happy Saturday to everybody out there. It's on. Today's the day. As much as Marky and me are procrastinating, it's time for the garage. Yes. We have got to figure out what's happening with some of the stuff in here. Wish us luck. Okay, so current conclusion, we did actually do the garage not that long ago, is that there are probably 3 things that need going through. Maybe only 2. And then, unfortunately, everything else is here to stay until the day we leave. So we think we might sort those few bits out and then go up the loft. Is we're going to sort out the cupboards on that white unit there. Sort out the top of that. Double check what's up here. And that box on top of the fridge freezer there. And then this cupboard here. That is the plan. And then the stuff that will probably just stay anyway. There's pots of paint that match the paint that's in the house. There's, you know, stuff to feed the garden that we can leave for, well, for the border, for the people that move in, to help them with looking after some of the plants. So there's the stuff for the hot tub, which won't go until the hot tub goes. And then there's like extension leads and power tools and all things like that that will all end up going after the interview. Will slowly get whittled down, given away to family, friends, sold, etc, etc. As much as it would be really good to get it emptied, it's just not realistic. He's apparently sorting, ladies and gents. Well, I've got a couple of things here to take to the school, like a craft box den kit thing. Yep.
It's just a map that was on the wall. Do we need to keep the map or not keep the map? It's simple. Where are we going to put it?
Ruthlessness says get rid of the map.
Let's pull the pins out first.
Probably safer to pull the pins out first, but this was a map where we pinned all the different places that we'd been to around the world.
Put your hand. And put them in the bin. Try not to stab yourself.
So the bag of wires you want to take in case we need the stuff.
Mm-hmm. And the only thing that's down there is the other bits that are printed for you.
Yes, for my wreath.
That's it.
I made that wreath because I couldn't find what I wanted.
Yeah.
And anything that I could find in that size was hundreds and hundreds of pounds. So I made it using hula hoops, some plain garlands and some Christmas lights that we already had. Bargain. Can you reach the box down off the top of the fridge freezer please, and I'll go through that. And I also probably need to go through this, which is the doggy harness storage thing, and work out what off there still fits them, what doesn't, what needs to go, because there's a whole load of like jumpers and coats and things on here. I mean, look at the size of that one, that's not fitting either of them now. Oh, I also made this using stuff from IKEA. If anybody's interested in how to go about doing it, drop me something in the comments below and I'll let you know. And this box, humongous picnic blanket, which we bought to take. We've got like a little kids gardening bag that's got some little stuff in there and some gardening gloves. To be fair, that can probably go. Garden lights. Is that another garden light that you never put out?
Yeah. Yeah, because you've put them away and then I've not realised where they've gone.
Oh. Buzz Lightyear bubble blower. These are all of our fridge magnets that need to come. So they've all come in. Yet another Disney bubble blower. So the box off the top of the fridge freezer has been emptied and we've tidied all of that up down there. Everything down this side is all related to the gym stuff that's coming with us. Those bits to go with the hot tub when it goes. Now we're tackling the job that we want to avoid, which is the cupboard. This is where all the junk gets chucked. We've got light bulbs up here. We even got a personal handheld steamer there. A lot of stuff that I think can just go. It's interesting, isn't it, how you just shove stuff behind a cupboard door and just forget about it. Okay, so that is a load of, like, we keep gift bags and we reuse. And then that was from the coronation. It's got nothing to do with the current status of putting flags up. It was from the coronation. Mark's just found this little toolkit in the cupboard. And this was given to us in the blue box that we currently use for all of our medicines when we bought our first house together. And it was like...
People buying a house for having a tumble dryer.
I think so, yeah. And it was a cute little thing that we were given as like a welcome to your first home situation. So this is what's in it. So yeah, a handy little toolkit we were given. Got to be worth hanging on to, because you always, you know, need to find a little screwdriver or something every now and again, don't you? So while it might not look like it, we have actually done something. We have actually sorted stuff, and we kind of know where we're at with the garage. And there really isn't a lot more we can do with it until after the interview, once we know whether we stay or whether we go. Obviously, we're thinking positively before anybody tells me off. We're thinking more when. But
When.
But,
It's on purpose.
yeah, we can't just dispose of things yet. So yeah, there we go. It doesn't look like a lot's changed, but it has. I've had a bit of a tidy up. Cupboard has now been emptied. I need to take pictures of my nan down. But it's been tidied up, and the things that are in here now are all things that we'll leave behind. All of like the instruction manuals for things that the people that are buying the house stay with the house. So yeah, we have done something. We're then going in the loft. No matter how much you want to get out of it, it's that time. We're going up there again. Oh, you know you missed our vlogs up here. Now to wait for the hubby. We've got to sort all of this behind me. So I've cleared the walkway. Now we can get down to the other end of the loft. I'm now being joined by Marky, who is overjoyed at this idea.
Oh, none of the Christmas stuff's coming down, so that can stay there anyway.
But what I do have here now are 2 plastic boxes for me to put all of the carrier bags of kids' stuff into the plastic boxes so that they are packed away in a better way. Right, so what are you doing first? Are you coming up, or you want me to pass you this stuff first?
I can pass it all down.
Okie dokie. Well, it is probably a couple of hours later now, but we've definitely made some progress. Downstairs looks like an absolute bomb site, mind you, but we finally got through a lot of the stuff up here, and there are only 2 little things really left to do.
So it looks like someone's moved out.
I know, yeah.
Basically just boxes that everything's going back into.
I was very brave, because when you were all watching me do up here the other day and I was talking about all of the kids' stuff that they did from school, I haven't gone through it like extensively, but what I've sorted out is the things that the kids made, drew, created from reams and reams of paper worksheets that just came home with them, that had got, you know, like maths equations on, and then they filled the answer in. So I've been very brutal and got rid of all of those. And so we now have 2 boxes with stuff that was the kids. So I have this box here that's got all of the things that they've kind of ever made. Except I can't get Jacob's little vase, his Grecian vase. I can't get that in there. And I did come across, crazily, this, which was actually my GCSE art from the exam. And I got an A with that. Super proud of that, so I've gone to it. It's got a bit battered here in the loft, so I need to try and find something to put it in to flatten it back out. But that was my artwork from my GCSEs. To sort then is this box here, that box there, this box here, and the couple of bags that are there. And then it's all the suitcases and any of the holiday stuff. It's been put into bags there, and holiday clothes that are in that there. But otherwise, we've done the dreaded job. My goodness. And then these are all boxes of things that we've still got, and we'll either package up into those to ship them, or I don't know what else Mark intends on doing with them, in all honesty. But yeah, that's all stuff that we currently have. But I'm actually really quite chuffed with what I've got done here for today. It is now nearly 8:30, so I'm going to call it a night, because I've got to try and do something to tidy up downstairs a little bit, because it looks like a jumble sale. There is just literally stuff everywhere. And I suppose, as being as we're kind of like getting ready to pack up and move out, it was inevitable. Look, we've filled the conservatory with various things that either need to go to the tip, to be put back in boxes, to be given to family, friends. Yeah. Hello, happy Sunday, and we are back in the loft for day 2 of sort.
In the attic.
Got a bit waylaid because I've been going through the boxes of memory stuff. And
In the attic.
let's show you quickly, because I've already been through this one box, so I'm not getting it out all again. This was from mine and Mark's wedding, so where everybody wrote little messages, and that went in there. That was when I was bridesmaid for my best school friend. Some teddies from when I was little. That was my nan. And we've got memory box. Some things from when I was a kid here that I was given on my 40th. There's another one in there that's got things like old school reports and the book that everybody signed. Stuff. That was my christening blanket. This is where you're all allowed to be cross with Mark.
Why cross with me?
Cross with you. What did you do? You suggested that this box containing historic Disney DVDs, you know, look, we've got DuckTales in there and everything, Aladdin, that we should send them to CEX. So comment down below whether you think we should keep the DVDs for nostalgia reasons, or whether we should just let them go. Let us know in the comments. Also, what do we do with Talking Mickey?
We got ears. Say cheers.
Oh, it's the Mishka Mashka tool one.
Hiya, pal.
Hiya, pal.
So what do we do with him?
Oh no. Keep him.
Do we keep him?
Yeah, keep him.
Mishka, Muska, Mickey Mouse.
Jacob! Come here, bro!
That was swell.
It just looked up and went.
Super cheers.
Yeah, I'll keep him.
And this was a bag from our wedding day. So there was some Disney ears, and those were some that I had made with an Ariel theme, of course. We've got my just married flip-flops, an Ariel themed garter, and just loads of stuff in there from our wedding cards. We stayed at Animal Kingdom Lodge. Yeah, So we need to keep all of those. Oh, look, the horseshoey thing. So, yeah, we need to keep that.
Oh, yeah.
These were our invitations that we had made. As you can see, it was very much a Disney-themed a wedding. And it was at Paradise Cove. And then the person that designed this created that for us as well. We did do a good job, didn't we?
Oh, we did. Oh, I think it was pretty epic, to be fair.
It was.
Especially, you know, when someone forgets to book the transport.
I know, yeah.
Well, when I sorted one of them out. It was the other one I
Just
forgot.
your own?
No. You got your limo from wherever
true.
it was, Port Orleans, French Quarter to
Paradise Cove.
Paradise Cove.
Are you ready for something a little bit scary? On the basis that we can, you know, talk about Halloween events. This deserves in the, you know, what's the house called? The Dead Dolls or something. It's at Halloween Horror Nights. Because watch this.
You wouldn't want to hear that going off in the middle of the night, would you?
You wouldn't. No, yeah.
Just hear little pitter-patters of, like, tiny feet on the landing. On the
Oh, my gosh. Scary, scary, scary.
You might want to put a bit of disclaimer in there saying scary clown coming up on you.
Yeah, not for kids.
Yeah. Scary, bit of disclaimer. If you don't like clown, just look away now. Yeah. What's up, bro? How talks?
That's as much as the talking goes from the 80s, to be honest, with toys.
Kind of like he's shouting no, like, oh, don't put it back in there.
We need to take that just for fun. We can scare the kids at Halloween.
Please press here.
That's all the memory stuff done. Last thing left now is all the suitcases and all of the stuff that we've accumulated at the various holidays and brought back and kept that we need to now go through. And then, believe it or not, the loft is done. It's a miracle. So Mark decided that we're getting all the cases down and all of the holiday stuff and we're going to do it down there. So that's where we're going. But look at this. I don't think we've done a bad job considering we've only been doing this over one weekend and we thought we'd need 2. Might mean we've got a free weekend next week. Wouldn't that be a novelty? Yeah, look. So from where we were, I don't think we've done a bad job really. It's like so much floor space up here now compared to what there was. Let's go and have a look though in these cases so that we can sort out the last of the stuff we don't need anymore, and we will at least be in a starting a fresh situation after the interview. Suitcase 1. Don't show everybody my more shoes, that's just not acceptable.
More shoes.
All stuff that didn't come with us in April. Now we've got to go through it and figure out what we're going to do with it. One case been through, and I found these. I forgot about these. I feel like they need to be worn the day we fly. That's what I feel. I mean, if I thought I could get away with it, I would wear them to the embassy at the interview. But I think they might not let me in on craziness grounds at that point. So we won't do that. But yeah, we've got one case that's now got stuff in that we would take with us if we fly. When we fly.
Excellent, logic.
So
PMA, Sammy, PMA.
We'll move on to another case now. I definitely don't think they would say yes if I was to wear this one, do you? Cabin case is down.
Do you want to put all of that in just one?
Yeah, you can do for now. We kind of figured that if we needed to, these two can come in the cabin with us on top of sort of like all of the cases we check in. This one is an if you know, you know. So you get to the end of your fabulous Walt Disney World holiday and you pack up your suitcases and then you realise that it's not all going in the cases that you brought. And you need to buy a new case. And where are you staying at that point in time? Yes, you're staying in a Disney resort. So your only option, because you haven't left yourself enough time, is to buy one from a Disney shop for a scandalous amount of money. And this is what we ended up with. So yeah, this is our we overspent case, which has note in it, I don't think. All right now.
It did have stuff in it.
Nope. So that one is good as is. What's going on? What's going on?
No, hang on, whoa, stop it. Stop a second.
Let me see. Turn around.
No. Turn around.
Wait! He got all of us! He's got all of us!
Do you know what the best of it is? These two have got no idea what's going on. I've just walked up to them and gone, "You all right, boys?" And they've all gone, yeah. So you've gone on your back. Jacob's gone on his back, he don't even know. That's how you do it. You don't just walk around slapping them on people's backs.
Bang!
You have to put it on them and they don't know. That's the trick. Mommy, on the other hand, she was stood next to me.
Oh yeah, I knew he was doing it. There was no escape.
But I got you.
Yeah.
Obviously, you can see how much of a mess everywhere is because now we've got stuff literally
Yeah, don't worry about it.
everywhere. I suppose that's acceptable when you're moving countries, isn't it?
I know you're there. You found me.
Did he get you?
Yeah.
Now Belle's going to bite
Yeah,
it.
that's our fun game. When we get given loads of stickers, the kids like to follow us around and put DVC stickers on our
I'll
bags.
just get plastered on.
You do. So yeah, I don't think this particular suitcase has been opened
God, no.
since 2017, maybe 2018. And why I know is because that is an inflatable Lightning McQueen.
We're going to keep that for Finn.
Oh yeah, that was it. We went for Sally's wedding. That is when it was. So 2015. That's the last time we used this case, 2015. This was before Finley was even born. And this is an inflatable Lightning McQueen. We bought this and I don't think we ever actually used it. This was one of those inflatable things that you can put on the floor on the aeroplane for the kids so that when the kids can lie down and go to sleep.
That's all it is.
Yeah, that's what that is. If I can find a picture of Jacob on that inflatable McQueen, I'll put it in now. It was when he was very small. Some of the stuff in this bag may look familiar. And there's a reason why. Because it is familiar. I very much liked my holiday wardrobe. And as I got a little bit older, inevitably, despite weighing not that dissimilar, body shape changes. And so I duplicated my entire holiday wardrobe using Vinted. Fabulous app that is. So I have everything from my holiday wardrobe in both 2 sizes. And I've always hung on to the smaller size just in case. So I'm not necessarily going to dispense with them yet. But look at this. Yes, there is a bin liner full of exactly the same shorts, look, as I have in a smaller size from another life. So they can go in the shipping container because that is the, eventually, I'm going to get back in them pile. But we've got one bag left to do and then the loft is completely done. And this is a collection of inflatables that we've, retained over the years. Right, so first up is McQueen.
Lightning McQueen, eh?
We then got my seat chair one from Cabana Bay. And I think we've probably got about 5 Cabana Bay tyre rings.
Yep.
That's your donut. Is it a ring? Another ring.
Little one. A Henry Hugger Monster.
Oh, beach ball. So that is sorted. So should we just take all the inflatables?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're going somewhere where they're going to want to float around a pool, aren't they? So they will all come. And that is a wrap on sorting the loft and the garage and everything until it's actual pack time. So how nuts is that? So it feels good to have actually kind of cleansed the house of all of that stuff that we've been hoarding for years and years and years. So obviously positively, it's all ready for when we need to start packing. But either way, it was jobs that needed to be done and now they're done. So we've done like a, rather than a spring clean, it's been a autumn clean. Right, we'll go back to future Sam and Mark to carry on with this week's vlog.
So, as you can see, very much decluttered and
Yes.
hopefully significantly less hassle for us to. I don't want to have to get any. I wouldn't have wanted to get all that out the loft like at moving stage.
Yeah,
It wouldn't have been a pleasant experience. So doing it now has been saving.
Oh, 100%. And obviously it's a when we're going, not an if. Yeah.
I'm wearing it down. Wearing it down. It's the when.
But, you know, with that little niggling thing on the shoulder about the if we don't, it was also
Get it off.
a good process just to go through in general.
Yeah.
There's things that have been in that loft, quite literally.
Oh, there's things that are up there
years.
that we don't even know is up there. I mean, there was suntan lotions in cases that were
Yeah.
expired in 2017.
Yeah, so it was definitely a good process to go through to get rid of stuff that we'd been hanging on to and hoarding, and we just put it up there out the way for the time being, and then it got forgotten about. So we're at least starting afresh in whatever direction that is.
Absolutely.
And outside of that, I think that's everything of this week, isn't it?
Yeah. Next week is when it all really
Ooh,
kicks
yes, the excitement, because next week is decision time.
off. Final decision time anyway.
Final decision time.
Final decision time.
Yes, we are off back down to London with the children in tow to go and do the interview. So,
It's exciting, isn't it?
yeah, the vlog next week will be what happened.
So we're going to do like a midweek.
Like we did, yeah. I'll probably do it on the Thursday.
Yeah, but we're going to do a midweek. I say we. Sam does them. We're going to do a midweek vlog to give everyone an update of what the outcome.
Well, it'll be more like, you know, when we did when we went to London for the medicals, where I kind of did a follow along with us on our trip to London. I'll do a vlog like that, so you can kind of see, because we're going to go and do a couple of other little bits and bobs as well while we're down there. We might as well make the most of it.
Yep.
And then, because we're not going to be able to obviously record anything during the interview, the normal weekend vlog, then we'll do this kind of sit in here and we'll talk you through step by step everything that happened on that day,
Yes.
so that you've got a good understanding of what an EB1A visa interview consists of.
Yeah. And ultimately what the outcome was.
Yeah.
So next week could be the last vlog. It could be a thanks for watching vlog. Commiserations, we're out of here.
Yeah, we hope we've helped you on your journey, and we hope you have a better outcome than we did.
I'm sure it won't. But, yeah, so it could be the last. It could be the last video. Watch this space.
Yeah, and find out whether we are or we aren't off to Florida.
Yes, absolutely. So that's it. I think that's it for this week.
It is indeed. So, you know, if you are new to us, obviously, and you haven't subscribed, please do hit that subscribe button so you can find out whether we're going or whether we're not. If you have been following us along all the time and you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. It really helps the channel. It helps us and get this and share this sort of channel out to anybody else that's looking to do this kind of a move. Because we think we've done elements of detail with the channel that people haven't been able to do before or see before. So if you know anybody that's thinking about doing this, even share the channel out to them just so they can see whether it's something that might be an option for them. And otherwise, thank you very much again for watching, coming back, chatting with us in the comments, for all of the support that we get across the comments on YouTube, across our Instagram and Facebook. We really, really do appreciate everybody coming along with us.
Yeah, it's been fantastic. Some of the comments we see from you guys that, you know, you're genuinely happy.
Yeah, for us, and
excited about the process
us.
and following along and stuff. It's great. It's great to see, and we really appreciate it. So if you haven't already, please hit the like, subscribe, as Sam just said. If you haven't subscribed, notification bell. If you hit that, that'll let you know the next time we post a video, so you don't miss out. And then we'll see you next week.
Bye for now.